Fabrizio Romano gives us the latest on Eddie Nketiah leaving Arsenal and joining Marseille. Let's get all into the news today.
Welcome back, guys, to another Arsenal transfer news show.
Declan Rice has officially signed for Arsenal.
Players in before the start of the season, pretty. If this deal gets done before the start.
So, guys, Eddie Nketiah looks like he's on his way out of Arsenal and on his way to France to sign for Olympique Marseille. As confirmed here by Fabrizio Romano, he says, understand Olympique Marseille have sent a new bid to Arsenal for Eddie Nketiah. Negotiations restart and Nketiah remains keen on the move to Olympique Marseille. He's attracted by the project. Marseille are happy to return in talks, but they're only advanced at their conditions, of course. So currently, guys, and there's a bit more to this story as well I'm going to talk about in a minute. So let's start with, of course, Eddie Nketiah. Personal terms, he's agreed personal terms. The player wants Marseille. The player wants a new challenge. As Fabrizio said, the player is attracted to the project of Marseille. You know, he's going to get some game time there as well. He's going to get some consistent game time in Ligue 1. You know, maybe sort of follow the footsteps of someone like Florian Balogun, who we loaned out at Stade, and he went to Stade de l'Orme and he, smashed it over there. Now he's at Monaco. He's following this sort of maybe sees it that way as well. But he agrees personal terms. A player wants a new challenge. A player wants out of Arsenal. He wants to go to Ligue 1. That'll be no issue. Now, in terms of the deal itself, guys, this is where we're at currently. All it's left to do now to complete the deal, of course, is to match Marseille's conditions. They have been sending bids and proposals for Eddie Nketiah. They've wanted him for quite a while now. But you know, the thing is with this is it's all in Marseille's court pretty much. You know, it's down to Marseille to obviously agree to Arsenal to agree the fee for Eddie Nketiah as well. So the current conditions of the deal, guys, is going to be around. Firstly, it's going to be a season-long loan. It's going to be a loan deal for 1 season with an obligation to buy. And the obligation to buy it will be around 30 million euros to Eddie Nketiah. We know Arsenal are holding out for quite a bit of money for this guy, as mentioned, but that will be around the fee that it will be. He'll go on Marseille for a loan, and it's an obligation, but it's a loan deal with an obligation to buy of around 30 million euros for Eddie Nketiah. And again, we'll wait in the next few days. This is getting very close, guys. Looking like he's on his way out of Arsenal. And my thoughts on this are very simple. With all due respect to Eddie Nketiah, it's time to move on. Yeah, it's time to move on. The guy should have been sold quite a while ago, in my opinion. I'm sorry, guys. The guy is not good enough for Arsenal Football Club, right? You know, I know he's came from the academy and all this, and it's great, but we just got to be real with it, guys. This guy is simply not gonna make it at Arsenal. He's not good enough whatsoever. And I think there's been occasions where, as I said, we've made a mistake in keeping this guy. You know, there's last January, 3 clubs were in for this player. Crystal Palace offered us 35 million and we rejected it a few years ago. And it said, as I said, you know, we gave this guy a new contract of 100 grand a week. We gave him the number 14 shirt. That is when a mistake happened. There's a chance, chances that we've got before where we could have sold this guy and we didn't, you know. But now, looking like this will be the season where he does move on. Of course, we wish him all the best, you know. I think he'll do decent over there in Ligue 1. You know, Balogun did well in his first season. I don't think he's done that great with Monaco, however. But I know we know he did fantastic in his first season. So I think Nketiah going to Marseille, you know, playing in Ligue 1 is a great move for him for sure, because he's going to get the game time that he wants. He's going to get consistent minutes that he wants. But listen, what I will say is this player at Arsenal, you know, just my issue with him was his consistency wasn't there. He's inconsistent at Arsenal. You know, he'll come in, and there's been multiple occasions of him showing this, yeah. He'll come in, right? And I'll go back to the first time, right? This was in when we finished 5th that season, when we was trying to get top 4, right, under Arteta. And we finished 5th. You know, I think Aubameyang obviously left Arsenal. I think Lacazette got injured or something, and Eddie Nketiah had to come in, right? Against Chelsea, and we beat them 4-2. Eddie Nketiah came in and he looked brilliant. Yeah, and he scored, I think, 2 goals or a goal against Chelsea. You know, he did all this to the corner flag, and everyone, you know, is like, wow, Eddie Nketiah is performing really well. But then he played the consistent, you know, he's given a consistent run of games towards the end of that season, and he wasn't delivering against Newcastle, against Tottenham. He wasn't delivering. And ultimately, we ended up bottling, and I'm not putting it down to him particularly, but we ended up obviously capitulating and finishing 5th, and not getting top 4 that season. Then I go back to the first season when we was in the title race, right? He came in, Gabriel Jesus got injured. He came in against Manchester United. He scored 2 goals. Everyone got on the hype train about Eddie Nketiah. I was like, fair play. Let's see if he can do it consistently. Did he do it consistently after that, guys? No, he didn't. He didn't. He had another run of games, and he was not doing it consistently, guys. Right? Fair enough. Last season he came in. You know, he had a good start to the season. He scored. I remember he scored against Nottingham Forest. Got a hatch against Sheffield United, of course. Everyone got on the hype train again. Your defense in trouble and get in the room. But again, too inconsistent to be at Arsenal Football Club. He comes off the bench majority of the games last season. Let's not get it twisted. He came off the bench majority of the games last season. And what did he do? You know, are we looking at Eddie Nketiah and saying he's a game changer? He's a player to come off the bench and changes the game. Because I'm looking at saying no, because he's never proved that to me. And how can you be the striker of Arsenal Football Club, a backup striker? And I'm saying to you right now, and fans looking at it this way, saying, "Wow, Eddie Nketiah's come off the bench. He's going to change us the game, isn't he?" Nobody's going to say that. And I know I'm sounding harsh, but it's just what I feel. It's just my opinion, guys. Right? If you disagree, then talk about it in the comments. Why you disagree and why you think Eddie Nketiah should stay at Arsenal? Because I don't think he should. I think this is, you know, long overdue where we should have got rid of him. And look, don't get twisted. He's not a bad player, but he's not good enough for Arsenal Football Club, which is why I'm saying elsewhere he would thrive. I think in playing in the League One, a much more slower league, with all due respect. Yeah, people call it pharmacy for a reason, with all due respect, honestly. But it's a much more slower league. I said we saw Balogun do well in his first season. I think Eddie will do the same, but just not at Arsenal. We need better at Arsenal. The guy's not good enough for Arsenal Football Club, and it's time to move on. So looking like, you know, we will get eventually, as I say, eventually it will be a loan deal, but end of the next season we'll get around 30 million euros for Eddie Nketiah. I know many people saying let's hold up for more for Eddie Nketiah, but I think we've had opportunities to do that in the past, and we didn't, and we made a mistake of not selling him there. We kept him instead. You know, I said we could have got 35 mil from Palace that season. You know, 3 clubs were interested in him in January, and we kept him in January as well. So listen, it is what it is. But Eddie Nketiah is on his way out, guys. We're looking, most likely the deal will be done in the next few days. All that's left to do now is agree the fee, which look like it will be done as well. Arsenal are happy with a loan, with an obligation to buy, apparently, and also the 30 million euro fee. So get your thoughts down below, guys. I said, if you do disagree with what I said, then of course that's where the comments are for as well. Leave your opinions down below. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I respect your guys' opinions, of course. But at the same time, you know, likewise for me as well. I don't rate this guy. I never have rated this guy. However, wish him all the best. Eddie Nketiah, you know, in his future. Going over to Marseille. Good luck to him. But it's time to move on from Arsenal. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in my next one.